Hi everyone and welcome to another Market Mood next week session. Today we're going to talk about two things. I'm going to talk about the US and India and which seems to be better. And second, we're going to do the usual. We're going to go through Nifty, different sectoral charts, and I'll also analyze a bunch of stuff that you throw at me so we can learn technical analysis together. So everyone, if you can hear me, give me a hi, Prateek, so I know you can hear me properly, and then we'll begin the session. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show something on my screen. Can this come up on the screen, guys? We can see over here that Nifty has moved up and now is stalling. In fact, Nifty is exactly where it used to be when the year started. ये पूरा साल sideways रहा है, except for the last 2 months. There's been some movement upwards. Hi, Monik Thakkar, good to see you, man. So let's talk about what's different between India and the US. So I wanted to look at this chart over here. And this is the last few months in Nifty, right? This is a monthly chart. And you can see ये एक flag formation or consolidation, sideways, whatever you call it. And then the market is moving up, and now it's sideways over here, okay? Now, let me open the NASDAQ, all right? I'll open the NASDAQ. Okay, the NASDAQ 100, ye khul gaya, there it is. Do you notice that? You'll notice, I'll delete this, but you'll notice that NASDAQ is the fall is much more pronounced than Nifty. And the basic difference between us and them is that one, ek to inflation numbers were out, they're at an all-time high of America, so that's always seen as a bad thing. So markets actually may fall further. Hi Aditya, hi Ashish, hi Rajiv Bansal, good to see you guys. And America is leveraged, which means if you need leverage in India, you need futures or options, or you can only do leverage intraday because that's what the markets allow. But in America, you can be leveraged on fractions of shares or the share itself in just the cash market. And that means if people have itna paisa, they can have exposure of itna, which means that because there's more leverage, the movement of the fall at least will be more. So I want everyone to type over here, America is over leveraged. So actually, as much as you guys hate on SEBI sometimes, ki yaar ye rule kyun le aaye, they're actually doing it for our own good so that there is not too much trading leverage, speculative leverage out in the market. So isliye, Bharat Mata ki jai. So that's the main difference between NASDAQ and this. I will, however, say, and let's say I add, say, a moving average over here, okay? So let's say I add this moving average. I love to open this 50-day average for some reason. I don't know why. I think it always makes sense to do that. So I'll do a 50-day simple moving average just to give us an idea of where markets are, right? So generally, if you look at NASDAQ, right, this blue line is a nice area of support. And over here, we can see every time it comes near this support or slightly above it, it tends to reverse. So to me, America looks very bullish. I think a few bars of sideways, but I think it's on its way up. Yeah, Rajiv Bansal, I completely agree. I think Indian regulators, as much as people say ki, oh, bahut rules hain, they have done a wonderful job. I agree. So that's NASDAQ. Now let's compare this to, say, S&P, ठीक है? तो Standard & Poor's Index है अमेरिका में. Let's see ये कैसे खुलता है. Index ये SPX बोलते हैं. तो let's open. These are 500 stocks. Let's see it. Whether it is RBI or SEBI. Yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree. If you notice, SPX is also the same. Standard & Poor's in America is also doing this sideways thing. Although, you know, if you don't mind, can we look at a few US stocks? Just 5 US stocks and we come back to India. Just for fun. Karna hai kya ye? Just a few US stocks for fun. And then we'll come back. Is this okay? Give me a yes if that's fine. Okay, thanks guys. So let me open a few US stocks, random stocks for fun. And I'll open, say, Visa. Look at Visa over here, okay? And the idea is very simple. Markets are moving up and there's a moving average. If we come near the average, you know it's near its mean. And let's see if the markets move up from there, right? Just that's the analysis. Simple. Does it come back to its mean? That's it. Aur zyada dimag nahi lagana, okay? No Fibonacci, no nothing. Are the long-term charts over 10 years coming near its mean or not? That's it. So if you notice, Visa over here, can you guys give a round of applause to Visa ka chart? Ye dikh raha hai aapko? Guys in the back also, aapko chart dikh raha hai, Visa ka chart hai. It's crazy, okay? This This chart starts at $19 and goes to 180, 200 something dollars. It's just moving up because it's a monopolistic play on credit cards, right? The brand is invaluable. And ये कब नीचे ही नहीं आता यार ये stock. But now it's near this 20-year moving average, 10-year moving average, and this has not happened for the last, I think, 2008. So to me, this looks like a very interesting play. I will not say long, right? I think that's interesting. Now, let me open a few more. Let me open Apple for fun and see what we get, okay? Same thing. अगर आप सिर्फ asset allocation करो ना कि जैसे ही good stocks come near its mean and I purchase them for the next 10 years, you can make a lot of money over a long term. And look at Apple. We all know Apple's phones are out, but technically it needs to, let's say, come near that blue line. It can still fall a little bit. Let me open one more. I'll open Amazon, okay? Amazon Inc. थोड़ा ऐसे विदेश के stocks देख के ऐसा लगता है कि हम भी बड़े investor हैं, बाहर का stock भी देखते हैं वैसे. Not restricted to India. And you notice this, Amazon over here, look at that chart, guys. Like, it's such a beautiful up move, right? And 2006, only twice has it been able to actually touch that blue line and actually go up. And now is the time it's actually doing it right now. It acts as a support line. Do you guys see a pattern over here? Over a 10-15 year period, that 50-day moving average on a monthly chart over 20 years always shows some kind of support, right? But notice I'm cherry picking stocks with a high ROCE. So I had already run this check before we met. All these stocks have good ROCE, good return on the assets that they have on shareholder equity. So these are good stocks fundamentally also, generally speaking. If you open something like a Meta, I'll show you what looks not too great. So this is not too great, okay? And this stock is moving sideways and it's falling a little bit. So it's not looking that amazing as the other stocks. Anyway, what I'm going to do now is I'll open one more stock, Nike, okay? If you know the Nike tagline, put it in the comments. What's the Nike tagline? You know it, come on. Just do it and write it over there. So over here we have Nike, again, beautiful move up, and we're touching this blue line. So last time this happened was in 2017, and even before that 2009, and before that 2002. I think these are great opportunities that are presenting themselves, right? Okay. Now let's look at Indian stocks. Can we do that? So Sandy, Rajiv, Aditya, all the guys over here. Rajiv says Caterpillar. Okay, I'll do that. Caterpillar. So yeah. Yeah, Caterpillar is also decent. It looks like a caterpillar. It's not as smooth as the stocks I showed you. But yeah, decent and interesting. Just do it. Thanks, Monique. Now let's look at India. ठीक है. अब Bank Nifty से start करें कि Nifty आप chart में लिखिए. I'm going to start anyway because there's a delay. Nifty 50. There we have it. So guys, as you know, abhi we are going to go through Nifty, Bank Nifty. Then we'll go through sectors. Then we can talk about specific stocks, Vaibhav. So bring in your stocks towards the end of the stream. So this is Nifty. We've already seen it. What we're going to do is I'm quickly going to do some option analysis for next week. So I'll open now the weekly chart, or say the daily chart. Okay, there is the daily chart. I look at monthly and weekly charts so much, daily seems like noise. So this is the Nifty option chain on your screen. थोड़ा अगर आप पहली बार देख रहे हो आपको देख के थोड़ा डर लगेगा. But I'll make it simple for you. It's very simple. ये सेंटर में स्ट्राइक प्राइस है. आपको सिर्फ राइट साइड में जो OI है, that OI section, just look at that part, okay? So if we go there, you'll see this OI. You see this? 16,000 here, 85,000, 10,000, 60,000. Now all you have to do is find the highest OI. Remember, OI is open interest, which is basically volume, not correct, but number of contracts in existence for Nifty puts and calls. So let's see. What's the biggest number over here? What's the biggest number you can see over here, guys? Put it in the chat. Is it 60? Is it 15? 51, 50, what's the biggest number? It's right here, it's 92,000. So as soon as you get this 92,000 number, you just go back and see iska kaun sa strike price is 17,000. That is going to be your support / resistance. In this case, it's our support. So 17,000 is our first support according to options OI data. And we always assume, we're looking at puts because we assume people are writing puts. So you have 17,000 as your support. And then for calls, you simply do the opposite over here. Tell me what's the biggest number you see here. 68,000, 20,000, 88, 1.3. कौन सा सबसे बड़ा number लग रहा है? Good job, Monik. You had guessed 17. No, you saw 17,000 in the earlier. यहाँ पे सबसे बड़ा number I can see is 134, right? नहीं, 143 यहाँ पर. Anything more than 143? Oh, 187. Wow. Okay, ठीक है, 187. This is 19,000. तो 19, oh wow man, that's really far. So 19,000 is your resistance, and just before 90,000, 184 से पहले क्या था? 143 था शायद ना? Correct. So 143 is 18,500. 18,500. Now see, according to me, according to this range, it seems like support is near, resistance is far. So to me, it seems like Nifty is still bullish, but that's the range that we get our support and resistance of. Not very useful because it's pretty wide, but if you see this on a weekly chart, it will not feel so wide, right? So if I zoom in, 17,000 is over here, that's the blue line exactly, and 18,500 is here, that is this swing high. 19,000 to all-time high ho jayega, but basically these are the two numbers. Interesting? Interesting. So this is what Nifty looks like. What I'll do is, let's open Bank Nifty, same thing, Bank Nifty, indices, अरे कहाँ गया, ये रहा. Vaibhav, I'll answer a question about IT, HDFC and Tesla in just a bit. Bank Nifty has shown this great shooting star pattern, मतलब ऊपर गया and then we have this sell-off. That's right, Rajiv Anjal, 1.54 lakh was for 18,000. Oh, did I say it wrong? Was it 18,000? Okay. So let's see Bank Nifty, right? So Bank Nifty, let's look at the option chain. I'll change Nifty to Bank Nifty. I'll hit go. And here we are. Let's see the total number OI. We see 18, 37, 49, 46, 57. There it is. So I think 38,500. So 38,500. Where is it? 38,500 right here. So basically this is your support, and if you go down, look on your left side, guys, over here, look at the OI. We can see 55.83 is the biggest. Anything larger? No. So 83 is the largest. 83 ka strike price 41,500, which is 41,500, which is actually the high, I think. 41,500. So that's not far. So that's a very small distance for our Bank Nifty. Cool. And analysis for Bank Nifty is very simple. I think this is making almost all-time highs. It's moving up. And yeah, of course, it's bullish, right? So what more to say over here? If you have any questions, guys, put it in the chat below. Let's see some interesting stuff here. So let's look at CNX and let's look at IT. Everyone wants to know this, right? IT mein kya chal raha hai? Okay. This Fibonacci thing I did not put. This is a shared account. So yes. Oh God, sorry. Okay. So if you look at CNX IT, simple thing, guys. Just look at this and just tell me, okay, without too much of technical analysis. Yahan par we have this blue line running, which is our 50 average. This is a monthly chart. It is 10, 20 years. Every time we come near that blue line, we are near its mean. Sometimes it moves below it. Generally, when you have good declines like this, right, when markets are exacerbated towards one side, they come back to mean. Just usually that's something that happens because there's too much of buying. This is likely to come lower to the blue line. So if you think IT's fall is done, it's probably not. I think it still has to fall a little bit more and come near this area. Will that or will that not happen? No one knows. But that's our stock there. We'll look at particular stocks after this. Anyone, can you give me any other indices we could go through until you type? Let me open FMCG. Same thing, if someone is looking for a good entry into FMCG, now is not the time. It's slightly on the higher side. I would always say let it come down. But this basic funda, right, of just keeping things simple and opening a monthly chart, putting a 50-day MA and looking 20 years can work wonders. I want you to imagine this, okay? Imagine you did this basic, I won't call it a strategy, but whatever this is, right, analysis. And you just cycle between entry points, lumping in entries when we are near that moving average line, and not entering when we're actually moving up, right? You just accumulate and move capital from one sector to another, even if it's America, to the American stocks, and just keep doing this, right? I even have an exit strategy when markets go up and move things into bonds. And you just did this capital allocation for say 10 years. You would do very well. I would go as far to say you would beat the index because you're actually moving capital and exiting over a long period of time. And you don't get lots of entries. For companies like this, you'll get maybe 3 entries in 10 years. So it's not easy. But if you do it, you can actually probably do something interesting with your time. So now what's next? Pharma stocks. Okay, cool. Pharma mein kya ho raha hai? Remember, pharma is highly dependent on US purchases because we are the generic drug capital of the world which export abroad. To be honest, there's just no analysis here. It's just doing this sideways. There's nothing I can see over here that's interesting. I do know that single pharma companies look much nicer than the index itself. So we'll do one more index and then we'll do particular stocks and see what we see. So CNX, auto, did someone say? Insurance Sarji. Okay. If you have any stocks, now is the time to write it. I know Vaibhav had written some stocks. What was it? TCS. Okay, yeah, cool. We can look at that. CNX Auto, is nothing happening here, guys, except it's just moving up. So I have no opinion on this, unfortunately. What did you say? TCS. Okay, let's do that. Okay. All right, super. TCS is a great story. You know what I'm going to say. Number one, we're looking at 10 years. It's coming back to the mean, which is the moving average here. You'll get some buying power. So you'll see the market fall. So TCS, I think, should fall further. You'll get some kind of hammer or engulfing, and then the market should hopefully reverse from there. But see, if let's suppose you entered here and the market fell another 20%. It should not matter because you're not trading, and we're not talking about trading. We're talking about accumulating this TCS behemoth over a long period of time. So it should not matter if the market reverses or not. What other, okay, bunch of stocks here by Prabha, Binitre and Aditya Kothari. I have some positions in Wipro. Okay, let's open up Wipro. Great. I think you'll have to perform some kind of fundamental analysis on this because technically it's just doing this. So, sorry, no opinion. What do we have next? Borosil Renewables. I have not heard about this company. We had made a video about Borosil if you had seen it before. IRCTC. Okay. There is no data to perform any technical analysis on IRCTC. So please perform some fundamental analysis on it. GMM or Divis? Yeah, we can do Divis. Divis Laboratories. Let's see what we have. Okay, Divis Labs. Yeah, so this is nice. That's what I'm saying. Generally, pharma is looking like it's coming near that, where people will want to buy on dips kind of phase. So this is beautiful. Nice move up. It'll come down here. It's just a good place to buy. If you want to look at technical indicators, which I've stopped looking at, by the way, this is a buy zone. So I think it should fall a little bit. If it can come near that blue line, that's just beautiful. Tata Motors. Guys, any questions from the back? Tata Motors. By the way, anyone from Noida or Delhi over here, give me a holler and say, yes, I'm from Delhi or Noida, just in case you guys are from Delhi or Noida. Please put it in the chat. Tata Motors, guys, technically, right, you stay away. Never ever look at this stock technically. It's horrible. Just completely stay away. Dr. Lal, oh, actually, that's interesting. I was looking at this stock over the weekend. Yeah, I think Dr. Lal, actually, see, for technical analysis, not enough space, not enough data, but This is a nice stock, I think. I'm from Vrindavan, Noida. So guys, we have a Noida meetup happening in our office tomorrow at 5 p.m. If you go to our Instagram handle, Delhi Instagram handle LearnApp, you will find stories or a post about it, and DM LearnApp to actually get the pass and the address. So if you guys are interested to actually come, meet us, learn some stuff, get to know other traders. Of course, it's a free event, but you need to sort of like write about, send a DM and get a pass and come. So if you're interested tomorrow, I think it's 5 or 6 o'clock, try to come. Your varsity courses are great. Please do more courses later. Thanks, Balaji. Any more questions, guys, that I can answer generally about markets and not about what stock to buy? That would be great. I think what's happening now is every time we come, we're just talking about what stock to buy or sell. And I never say buy this or sell this, but if you have anything else about markets, I'd love to talk about that. Alok Industries, dude, come on, look at this. I think you should just stay away, right? It's just doing this weird sideways thing. So here's what you should do, okay? Here's a simple way to make money. How many of you have never invested before? If you've never invested before, here is an honest truth by God thing that you can do immediately, okay? One, if you don't have the time, go and buy an index fund and kaam khatam karo. You go and buy an index fund and it's over. You don't need to worry about it. Now, if you want to probably beat the index fund or have some fun doing better than the index fund, all you need to do is understand how to move from one asset to another, mainly bonds and equity. I like to do something simple, open Nifty PE, see where the PE ratio is. Based on that, get ready to buy stocks. Like I do over here, it's actually that simple. When you have markets come back near its mean, you buy. Now, it's very simple for you to, and make sure your portfolio is like 20. We also have this great workshop taken by Vasant called Build a Portfolio in 90 Minutes on LearnApp, and I think you'll really like it, where you actually go through stocks and build a portfolio scientifically. But very simply put, you can follow this and make sure you have an exit strategy, all right? One way of exiting is, if you know what a swing low is, if you exit below the swing low, you're done. Let me show you an example. And I'm going to be teaching this anyway tomorrow, so might as well practice here, right, Vasant? So markets go down and they go up, that's called a swing low, okay? So if markets do this, this is a swing low, this is a swing low. If markets break two swing lows, that's swing low 1, that's swing low 2, then you basically exit. It's very simple. Take a screenshot if you want to. I'll show you this example. You already know how to buy stocks, I guess. Here's a simple way to exit. So this is Yes Bank, and I'll open a monthly chart. And let's just see this, right? So you'll see over here that this is one swing low. Market came down, went back up. Correct? This one red bar over here broke that swing low and broke this second swing low. That's it. As soon as two swing lows are broken, you're out. Like in this case, one swing low is broken, market went up. So as soon as two swing lows are broken, you exit. And then you would have got out at what? 206 if you were long on Yes Bank in 2018. And then whatever fall happened and you missed. So if you have an exit solution and you can keep moving money near its mean, but when two swing lows break, you exit, you can make a lot of money over a 10-year period. So if you think that's interesting, say something nice in the comments. Let me read the questions now. What's the probability of overall market till the end of December this year? So Uma, see, that doesn't matter. What matters is you, here's the story, Uma, okay? Less than 3% of India invests, okay? When I had started saying this, less than 3% India invests, it was 2014. And I used to say less than 2% India invests. So in the last 9 years, something has changed. More people are participating. Imagine if 15, 20, 30% of India starts investing directly or indirectly, equity markets are going to do well. The average age of India is right now 25. That means workhorse hai pura country. So of course there'll be growth over decades to come. Your job is just to enter at cheap prices and hold on. बस आपको और कुछ नहीं करना है. ये Fibonacci करोगे, ये करोगे, सब कुछ कोई फायदा नहीं है, right? Because over the next 20, 30 years, we know equity is going up for a long time. We're not like Japan, where the market only like this economy growth ही नहीं है, so equity markets didn't perform. India is a different story. So if you can just do this for the next 20 years, right, that you're entering at like cheap prices, And you define what is cheap. It could be P, could be just moving average, could be just index fund, whatever. And do it for 20 years. आप बहुत फायदे में रह सकते हो. Story बस mainly वो है. Macro picture वो है. दूसरा क्वेश्चन है, इज अदानी स्टॉक सेफ टू इन्वेस्ट? यार ऐसे सिंगल स्टॉक बता नहीं सकता हूँ मैं, लेकिन देखो अब तो एनडीटीवी बोलेगा अदानी बहुत अच्छा है बिकॉज चलो छोड़ो, इफ यू डिडंट अंडरस्टैंड दैट जोक. बट आई वाज मेकिंग मनी on the corona fall in JSW Steel and made it like 3 times. Very good, Vijay. Clap for you. Very happy for you. I want to start options. Been learning from LearnApp and how much capital I should start Nifty Bank Nifty. I mean, I didn't understand the question, Aditya, but we have some great courses and stuff on options, also an advanced course. You check it out. Sir, do you think US markets bottomed out? Prabha, I think it will fall a little more and then it will move up. But overall, I think that ऐसा crash wash नहीं होगा market में. मतलब मंथली टाइम फ्रेम 20 इयर्स वाला चार्ट बोल रहा हूँ. डेली चार्ट में तो कुछ भी डर लग जाता है. मंथली चार्ट बोल रहा हूँ, वहाँ पे क्रैश टाइप नहीं दिखेगा. आई डोंट थिंक सो पर्सनली. एनी मल्टी बैगर फ्रॉम करंट लेवल्स ऑन फंड? अरे संजीव भाई, मेरे को पता होता मैं खरीद लेता ना. मल्टी बैगर मेरे को पता होता. व्हाट आई डू नो इज आई हैव दिस सेट ऑफ स्टॉक्स, उसमें से कुछ बहुत अच्छा कर लिया तो वेरी गुड. सो मल्टी बैगर यू नो रेट्रोस्पेक्ट में लगता है. इवन व्हेन राकेश झुंझुनवाला बॉट टाइटन, he didn't go home and Godspeed and blessings into his family for what happened. But Rakesh Jhunjhunwala didn't go home to his wife and say, आज मैंने multi-bagger खरीदा. He probably went home and said, I bought a good company today, जिसका ROC 30% है. That's probably what he said, right? So no one buys a multi-bagger. वो हो जाता है. So I hope that makes sense. P.S. We love you right from AK YouTube channel. Thanks, Dishant. ऑप्शन सेलिंग वर्सेस ऑप्शन बाइंग, विच वन इज बेटर? दोनों सीखो, दोनों का रिस्क समझो एंड देन डिसाइड. आई डोंट ट्रेड ऑप्शंस माई सेल्फ, सो आई डोंट नो विच इज बेटर. पीपल से राइटिंग इज बेटर, बट टू मी इट साउंड्स लाइक अनलिमिटेड रिस्क. But of course you can use hedges, etc. But I just do pure equity, right? Whether it's trading or investing, it's just equity. Question तो लिया नहीं मेरा निशांत. अरे निशांत question क्या है? Views on ion exchange. Looking forward to buy for long term because water crisis. Oh Nishant, I actually don't know about this. Vasant, do you know about this?
We have a YouTube video.
Where is it?
We have a YouTube video on ion exchange.
Guys, we have a YouTube video on ion exchange. Please go check it out. I don't know about it. I think Vasant's covered it, right? Siddharth has covered it. So search karo usko. No problem, Aditya. So thank you so much guys for coming. I think we answered a bunch of questions. Next time, try to ask more questions generally about investing versus kaun sa stock kharidna, because that won't really help. And if you're in Noida, Delhi, see you tomorrow right over here. Thanks guys, and put your questions in the comments. I will 100% make sure I personally answer them. Goodbye.